Eventually, Philip of Macedon takes this one step further and unifies the Greek city-states into a single country. With this unified country, Philip's son Alexander destroys the Persian Empire and exports Greek culture throughout the world, introducing the vanquished to Greek politics, law, literature, philosophy, and art.
He is one of the greatest military tacticians the world has ever known. A brilliant strategist, he leads men who gladly kill for him and die for him. All for the greater glory of Greece. He is Alexander the Great. In the 4th century BC, Alexander rules more than half the known world, but it's not enough. He wants more. Hungry to expand his empire, Alexander looks forward to his newest conquest, India. All that's preventing the Greek leader are 2 immense rivers and 750,000 Indian soldiers. 331 BC, the Battle of Arbela. Nearly 50,000 Greeks fight their longtime enemy, the Persians. For hundreds of years, these 2 superpowers have spilled each other's blood. The Greeks are outnumbered 2 to 1. But on this October day, they emerge victorious and change the course of history.
They were the outcasts of the Greek world, until one man would rise and take his people to the heights of empire.
Alexander was one of history's great commanders. He was well aware that he lived in an age of innovation in Greek warfare.
Alexander the Great employed the latest technology to conquer civilizations, transforming the lands from Egypt to India into a new Greek world.
Alexander's command is hotly contested by his followers, and Callisthenes, his official historian, refuses to do it. He speaks boldly to his longtime friend. "You should remember Greece. For her sake you undertook this expedition into Asia. When you return home, will you force the Greeks, the greatest freedom lovers of all, to bow down before you?" From this point, Callisthenes loses the favor of Alexander, and as so many have discovered before him, that can be a tragic mistake.
In ideology and in warfare, the struggle between Persia and Greece has been ongoing for nearly 200 years. In 480 BC, the Persians invade Greece, destroying many holy sites in the process, including the Acropolis of Athens. Nearly 150 years later, in 336 BC, one man takes on the quest for revenge. He is Alexander the Great, and at only 20 years of age, he stands entirely in charge of the most feared army in the Greek world. In the next 13 years, he will lead his warriors on a march that will cover more than 11,000 miles across 3 continents. Alexander the Great goes on to invade Egypt and destroy the Persian Empire. His journey lasts 10 years and covers 11,000 miles, in which he conquers territory as far east as India. After a harrowing return march from India, Alexander starts planning his next campaign from his new imperial capital, Babylon.
What we know of Alexander is clouded by myth, but certain facts are clear. We know that though he would make himself pharaoh, he was not Egyptian. He was a blonde-haired Greek from the Kingdom of Macedonia. For more than 3,000 years, Egypt's pharaohs had been Egyptian. Now, a Greek sat on the throne. A new dynasty ruled, and a new era dawned. Alexander left Egypt after just 6 months, and he never returned.
They all wanted to come to Alexandria and to visit his tomb, to seal their own legitimacy in one sense as the Roman successor of the great Greek Alexander. It's the only person in history that they wanted to compare themselves to. They wanted to see the superhero of the age.